Hey everyone, this is my Q&A for the 10K special. It's a little late. I'm at 11 something now, but better late than never. I made a community post not too long ago, just asking what kind of questions you might have for me. Kind of mixed in. I'm gonna put in some clips of some random stuff that I found interesting using like the UltraCam mod and stuff like that. So the first question you might have is why I'm in a blanket fort. The other day I was watching a video about that girl that was like getting really mad at her viewers for not giving her $5 and like calling them broke and stuff.
But a sub is $5. At maximum, in whatever your currency is, it's maybe $10.
The only thing I took from that is I want to make a video in a blanket fort. So here I am. I'm gonna butcher these names. Did I start that recording? I did. Intent277 asks, will you remember me? Yeah, I mean, I feel like I remember a lot of the people who comment on my videos. If you're someone that comments on most of the videos, I mean, I felt like that's a ploy to try to get you to comment more, but at the same time, like the people who've commented on multiple videos, I usually remember them from, previous videos when I see their comments. So I try very hard to remember people and their names and what they said before. I'm sorry, Agatha, I don't know how to say your name. What are your thoughts on Bowser Jr.? You are legally required to answer this one. I mean, I only really reference him from Smash and Sunshine. I mean, I guess he's alright. I'm not too big of a fan of him in Smash, and I thought it was kind of weird that he thought Peach was his mom. That always kind of like sounded weird to me, even as a kid. Tears of the Kingdom doesn't really ask. He says, I know you'll make a 100K sub in 2024. I hope so. I mean, I'm gonna try. That's the best I can do. GameCon 2008 asks, do you have any plans on trying to get the Message Not Found champion leathers? I mean, there's been some work in the speedrunning Discord to find a way. I suppose theoretically we know how we could do it. I mean, there's been a lot of effort, I can tell you that much. Ryan Ryan? I've seen a lot of his posts. He's definitely made a pretty strong effort to make it happen. It's something that Legend of Link found, and it's a form of storing the cutscene or the action of you entering a shrine, and you can store it in a way where if you enter the prologue, it'll immediately take you to that shrine. I don't know, it's hard to explain. Crescendo asks, do you have any video bloopers or stuff where you messed up? I'll look, and if I find it, it'll definitely be sprinkled in this video. I've definitely messed up a lot, I can tell you that much. I just gotta find it in the dump of videos that I've taken. Nucleus asks, have you ever thought about speedrunning Tears of the Kingdom? So that's actually how I got started. I mean, I was speedrunning first. After I beat the game casually, I joined the speedrunning Discord and just tried to do some runs. I mean, at the time, I felt like my times were pretty good, but I think the highest I ever got was like 11th place maybe. And that same time has been sitting there ever since. It was 55 minutes. Unfortunately, it had a huge time loss in it. It's still on my channel if you want to go back and watch it. I do want to get back to speedrunning. It's something that I miss a lot. This video just released of Cog Skip Skip. I mean, I still have an interest in, trying to find ways to help bring the time down for the speedrunning community. I've spent a lot of time trying to find a way to skip Cog Skip Skip, or try to find a more surefire setup, which is the whole reason I made that video, because I did a lot of research trying to make that happen and I couldn't, and I was like, well, I guess this is an opportunity to make a pretty solid video about Cog Skip Skip. Cog Skip Skip was the first video that I made, so that's kind of why I decided to remake it. FizzPop1 asks, what's my favorite breakfast? And not what's my favorite breakfast, what's their favorite breakfast, I'm pretty sure is what they're asking. My prediction for that is 7.5 stacks of bananas. Timothy Simmons, what's the first Zelda game you played? The first Zelda game I played was Ages and Seasons. I think it was Ages first and then Seasons. Afterwards it was Link's Awakening DX. Immortal Maps asks, what games do you play other than Zelda? So I mean, I play a lot of games. Right now I don't play any. I do want to play them. I really want to play Super Mario Bros. Wonder. But before this I was playing the Bayonetta Origins game. I play a ton of Smash, or at least I used to. I still do when I get the chance. I don't ever play online. I had roommates, so I was a little spoiled when it comes to just playing locally. There's definitely a range in skill level with them, so not to dog on them or anything, but it still could be a challenge sometimes. So, you know, it's good, and I still try to play a lot of Smash. I don't know, I love Smash. But, you know, I played Elden Ring, I played Cyberpunk, played Tunic. That was really good. I play a lot of other games. I've steered clear of the live service games for the most part. I mean, I used to play a lot of Halo and Call of Duty, played way too much League of Legends, played a lot of WoW. And it's not that the games are bad, I just don't want to spend all my time playing a game that doesn't end. I mean, I say that after saying I love playing Smash, but I mean, Smash is the exception for me. Otherwise, games like League, games like WoW, I just get way too addicted. I just play way too much. I'd rather just play a game that has an end and focus my time on that, because like a lot of gamers nowadays, you know, I have a back catalog, stuff that I want to get through, stuff that I want to play. A live service game, every hour I spend in that is just pushing that catalog backwards, so I try to avoid it. So Kleb asks, what's your unpopular Zelda opinion / hot take? I'd have to say probably my most unpopular opinion would be that I thought Majora's Mask was better than Ocarina of Time. I played them not too long after they came out, and I was young, and that was my opinion, and I've just stuck with that. Dexter AU asks, do you know who Cleric is, and have you watched his videos before? Bruh. I'm at like 10k subscribers now. I don't know these little YouTubers. I definitely know who Cleric is. I really enjoy his content. I would say my favorite video of his is the Impossible Chest. It barks right up my alley. I like that stuff. The way the problem solving he went through to get that chest, like, I'm about it. That's my jam. Like, I love that kind of stuff. So if you're watching this video, I'm pretty sure you've seen it, but if you haven't, you should probably check it out. What% asks, what glitch do you want to be discovered in TOTK? I mean, that's a good question. I would have to say my number one glitch to be discovered, which is like so anticlimactic, would be skipping the cutscene at the beginning of the game, because I feel pretty bad still about intro clip. And if you're not familiar, there was a moment in which the speedrunning community decided to skip the intro altogether. They added 7 minutes to the clock, but it means you didn't have to spend 7 minutes at the beginning of every single run. And shortly after that was implemented, I happened to find a way to save time in the intro, so it was a huge double-edged sword, because I felt great about accomplishing something, but also terrible about making everybody watch a 3 or 4 minute cutscene again. If I could have my way, I would definitely want to skip the cutscene at the beginning of the game. Great Hope asks, if you could travel, by the way, hey Great Hope, I see your comments. If you could time travel IRL, where would you go and when? I'd probably want to go somewhere far in the future, just so I could see kind of what happens at some point. But I would say 1,000 years in the future, just to see what happens. I mean, can I come back is the question. If I can't come back, then I mean, I'd probably still go 1,000 years in the future. Jay asks, what is the reason for existence in a world where a single person could almost never cause a great change in this world, and those that do will probably never see their greatness in their short lifespan? Dang, way to lay on the dread, dude. Jay, I would say you're probably thinking about it wrong. Who says you have to cause a great change and be around to see it. Hard to give advice because you're a human and I'm a human, and we both gotta just deal. We don't really get many options other than that. But I think to like want to be around to see it is kind of a stretch already. But to then also like think you need to cause great change, you're not doing yourself any favors, to be honest with you. Statistically, you know, most people end up being nobody. I can't really tell you how to think, but the way I think about life really is, you know, I will be fulfilled if I unconditionally make the people around me happy. I like to do things for others and not to expect anything in return. You get to see that in your lifespan, the gratification, the joy on their face when you do something nice for them. Why does it have to be so big? You know, like why can't it be small things? Why can't you do little greatnesses that make the people around you happy? But to no expense to yourself. You know, you should never put yourself in harm's way emotionally or physically to make somebody else happy. I can only tell you how I roll, so you know, you got to figure these things out for yourself. JCC asks, what is your favorite food? Needed to chill out a little bit after that one. My favorite food is easily Hispanic. I love Hispanic food. I love rice and beans. I don't know. I'm about it. Lovely Sirius asks, how are your cats doing? My cats are doing pretty good. You know, they would honestly be here right now and a little bit all over the place. But right now I'm fostering a dog. He's not so good around cats, so I gotta keep them separated. The cats have everything in my room. I'm sure they're getting tired of being cooped up, but hopefully this foster dog finds a forever home. I'll be able to bring the cats out a little bit more. Unclink asks, do you mess around in other games like you do in Tears of the Kingdom? No, not really. I mean, I've done some glitches in other games for fun. I've never really like kind of dove in and tried to break things or anything like that. The only other game I've like speedrun, I tried to speedrun Breath of the Wild, but I speedrun Donkey Kong Country, and that has a lot of glitches in it, but it's not like I'm like gonna break any new ground there. I think Tears of the Kingdom is really unique though when it comes to glitches. I just couldn't imagine another game that would allow me to create a platform that I could shift through another save and send me to another destination with nothing, so it's kind of like I'm about it. It's really fun. Vixen Bebop asks, I love Cowboy Bebop. What is your plan for the future? As in, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Vibing, I guess. Oddly enough, my plan would be to have a huge chunk of land with a lot of trees and some sort of house. I just want to be able to do whatever I want to do. If I want to, like, I don't want to be limited to, you know, a small yard. I want to be able to have friends over to camp and stuff like that. That might not be the answer that you were looking for, but whatever gets me there is something that I would want to do. In terms of like YouTube, I mean, I would love to do this full time, but you know, I need to get better at editing videos, or like faster at editing videos, because Jesus, does that take forever. That takes like all my time. Hopefully it looks like I know what I'm doing, but a lot of my videos are held together with a duct tape. Real Super Sages asks, have you played every Zelda game? If not, which ones have you played? It would be easier to say which ones I haven't played, which would be Triforce Heroes. I've played every other one. I didn't beat Spirit Tracks, and I didn't beat the Four Swords Adventure. I want to finish Spirit Tracks though. I heard that it was actually pretty good, and the soundtrack's pretty good, so I need to finish that one. Captain Dash asks, what's your favorite color? Initially it would have been green, but I went through my blue period. I like purple. I like fall colors, mustard yellow, like my shirt. I like burnt orange, but right now I would say purple. And that guy asks, in your opinion, what's the least interesting glitch on the glitch spreadsheet? I can't English well. I'd have to look. Feel bad as I don't want to talk shit about some glitch they found, but I would say the least interesting is Sage Recycling. It resets the cooldown of Tulin or Sidon. And I mean, I guess it would be cool to be able to do Tulin's Wind Gust twice, but I didn't really like the Sages, so I always have them turned off. Lightos. For some reason I don't even know it. What is it? Lichthos Lightos asks, what inspired you to make videos, and what was the reason you started glitch hunting? And Sinyan SR asks a similar question. How did you get into glitch hunting, and do you have any expertise in the programming side of games beforehand, or did I? What inspired me to make videos, I always kind of wanted to make videos about something, and always struggled with what I wanted to make videos about. And I would say that what got me started goes back all the way to Breath of the Wild. I saw the terminal montage video of the Breath of the Wild speedrun, and I loved it. I've always been somebody who's watched speedruns or been interested in it. I love summoning salt, you know what I'm saying? But when I saw that animation of Breath of the Wild speedrun, I was like, bro, that looks so much fun. Especially the part where you ride the tree. At least that's what it was back then, where you ride the tree to the top of the temple to get the paraglider. And so I had actually, and this was around the time, not too long after I watched it, was when they announced Tears of the Kingdom. And so I started trying to speedrun Breath of the Wild, mainly to get ready for Tears of the Kingdom, because I figured, okay, the controls are probably going to be somewhat similar. I was able to do the whole game, but it was more for me. I just wanted to do it. I wasn't really after any major times, although I did put a Great Plateau time up just to get a time on the leaderboard. But I had a lot of fun doing it. I loved it. Until Tears of the Kingdom came out, and 250 hours later is when I joined the speedrunning community. I knew that I wanted to speedrun it, so I was in, and I jumped in deep as I could go trying to learn everything, which eventually led to when I first found the intro clip stuff, and I did that and I routed that out. I released that video, which is so bad, such an awful video. But honestly, that's when it kind of all started. I stopped speedrunning and started doing other things. I had made the Cogskip video, and a viewer, Agatha, reached out to me. They made a comment saying they were struggling, and I was like, yo, just hit me up on Discord, I'll try to help you out. And honestly, I was like, yo, you need to send me a video of what you're doing so I can help you out. They didn't send me anything, but they asked, do you think you could steal the Decayed Master Sword? And I was like, what a weird question. But yes, I'm pretty sure I could. I did it. I was able to steal the Decayed Master Sword, and in my mind I was like, well, I don't want to make a video just stealing it. What if I took it all the way to defeat Ganondorf? What if I took the fragile blade and took it to defeat Ganondorf? And I did that, and I made a video about it. And it was the first kind of video that I put that level of effort into, I guess, editing, background music. But on day 3, it just popped off. It got 50,000 views in one day. And so that's when I was like, geez, this is dope. I want to do this. I kept working at doing different things and making videos about it, and here we are. Yeah, so very long answer. On the programming side of things, I don't have any expertise on game programming or anything like that, but I do fancy myself a problem solver. Makonade asks, in your opinion, what's the most wonderfully broken feature of Tears of the Kingdom? I would say it's fuse entanglement. A fuse entanglement is cool. Blends into other things. Fuse entanglement is if you fuse an object to your shield, the game thinks the object is attached to your shield while it's still being a usable object in the game world. It's just so cool because you can do so much with it, and you combine it with a bunch of other glitches. It unlocks a couple of glitches you wouldn't normally be able to mess with. I would have to say that's probably my favorite glitch. Miles asks, what was the hardest, most time-consuming glitch you've ever done in Tears of the Kingdom? If I were to pick a glitch in particular, Minoru fuse entanglement. I've only done it once. If you don't know, it was how we were duplicating the Master Sword, but now we could do that faster, which is wonderful. Jesus, thank you, Mulberry. Nathan Ward asks, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? Also, if you could bring one glitch from Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom, what would it be? My favorite ice cream flavor is vanilla. I know that's basic, but I like vanilla bean and other vanillas. If you could bring one glitch from Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom, what would it be? Bullet time bounce. Yeah, bullet time bounce. I like that. And honestly, it was one of the first things I did when I got into Tears of the Kingdom was try to do a bullet time bounce. That's a lie. The first thing I tried to do was whistle sprint. And honestly, I wish whistle sprinting was back because I liked that. One of those two I would want to bring. TYZR asks, how far do you plan to take content creation? Also, you should try a collab with Wolflink. Both of you would be an amazing duo together. To the second part, I mean, I'm always down for collaboration. I'm just not very good at ideas. Like, I want to do collaborations. I think that would be super fun. I actually have one that I'm trying to finish editing. I'm sorry if you're watching this. I've been taking a little too long to get that finished. How far do you plan to take the content creation? I mean, as far as I can. But yeah, I mean, I'll take it as long as people are interested in watching it. I don't see why not. Lamer Gamer asks, what is the best glitch / subject that was too short for a full video? And mostly it's when it ends in nothing is when I don't make a video about it. You know, to some degree, it usually has to end in something for people to be interested, and I don't want to fool people or clickbait them into, watch me do this crazy thing, it actually ended in nothing. And Quelkin, is that how you say it, Quelkin? I'm not sure. My bad if I said it wrong. Quelkin. What do you consider to be the best video on your channel, and what video are you most excited to make? If I were to say, like, what's the best video on my channel, it would probably have to be glitching objects into the title. The animation I did to explain worlds loading, the maps loading, was really good. I was proud of that one. I think it was also really good because I genuinely did not have an ending to the video. I just wanted to put out the information of the stuff I tried. After everything I had been through, it was super awesome that the light worked. I was ecstatic about it. I feel like people could tell that I was happy, and I think it was just because I genuinely was. I was so excited. Yeah, so I just want to thank everyone who's subscribed, and if you haven't subscribed, that's cool too. I get how it is. It's been really fun so far, and I hope to keep finding and making things, you know, that hopefully people enjoy. And 10,000 people is a lot of people. I can't even, it's really hard to wrap my head around that number. Yeah, it's just a weird place to be. But anyways, thanks for watching. Burp, burp, burp.
All my fellas.